John Matuszak is a name that resonates with fans of both professional football and 1980s pop culture. Known for his portrayal of the endearing yet monstrous Sloth in the cult classic movie The Goonies, Matuszak's career spanned the fields of the NFL to the sets of Hollywood. His larger-than-life persona, athletic achievements, and colorful personality have left a lasting impact on both sports and entertainment. This documentary delves into the life and legacy of John Matuszak, exploring his early years, his rise to fame as an NFL player, his transition to acting, and his memorable role as Sloth. John Daniel Matuszak was born on October 25, 1950, in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, a small town near Milwaukee. The son of Audrey and Marvin Matuszak, John grew up in a working-class family. From an early age, it was clear that he was different from his peers, not just in stature but also in his athletic prowess. By the time he reached high school, Matuszak stood out for his size and strength, making him a natural fit for the sport of football. Matuszak attended Oak Creek High School, where he quickly became a standout athlete. He played multiple sports, including football, basketball, and track and field. But it was on the football field that he truly shined. His size, strength, and agility made him a dominant force on the defensive line, and he quickly drew the attention of college scouts. Upon graduating from high school in 1968, Matuszak accepted a football scholarship to play at the University of Missouri. However, his time there was short-lived due to disciplinary issues. He then transferred to the University of Tampa, a smaller school that provided him with an opportunity to continue playing football and develop his skills. At the University of Tampa, Matuszak excelled, becoming one of the top defensive linemen in college football. His performance on the field attracted the attention of NFL scouts, and in 1973, he declared for the NFL draft. John Matuszak's NFL career began in 1973, when he was selected as the first overall pick in the NFL draft by the Houston Oilers. At the time, Matuszak's selection was seen as a gamble. He had the size and athleticism to succeed, but his reputation for being undisciplined and his history of off-field issues made him a risky choice. However, the Oilers were willing to take a chance on the young defensive end, hoping his raw talent would translate into success on the field. Matuszak's rookie season with the Oilers was a challenging one. He struggled to adjust to the rigors of the NFL and had difficulty finding his footing on the team. After just one season, the Oilers traded him to the Kansas City Chiefs. His time with the Chiefs was similarly short-lived. After just 1 year, he was traded again, this time to the Washington Redskins. However, Matuszak's stint with the Redskins was cut short due to injuries, and he was released before the season ended. In 1976, Matuszak's fortunes changed when he was signed by the Oakland Raiders. Under the guidance of legendary coach John Madden, Matuszak found a home with the Raiders, a team known for its rebellious and hard-hitting style of play. The Raiders' culture suited Matuszak perfectly, and he quickly became a fan favorite for his intense on-field performances and his larger-than-life personality. During his time with the Raiders, Matuszak played a key role in the team's defensive line, helping the Raiders win 2 Super Bowl championships in 1977, Super Bowl 15, and 1981, Super Bowl 15. His performance in the 1977 Super Bowl was particularly memorable. Matuszak was instrumental in shutting down the Minnesota Vikings offense, helping the Raiders secure a decisive victory. Off the field, Matuszak's wild personality made him a colorful figure in the NFL. He was known for his partying lifestyle, often frequenting bars and nightclubs, and he had a reputation for being a tough guy both on and off the field. His antics often made headlines, and he was a favorite of sports journalists who loved his candid and often outrageous quotes. Despite his off-field behavior, Matuszak was a dedicated player who gave his all on the field, earning the respect of his teammates and coaches. Matuszak's career with the Raiders came to an end in 1982 when he decided to retire from professional football. By that point, his body had taken a beating from years of playing one of the most physically demanding positions in the NFL, and he was ready to move on to the next phase of his life. However, his retirement from football did not mean he was stepping away from the spotlight. In fact, it was just the beginning of a new chapter in his life. Transition to acting and Hollywood. Even before retiring from the NFL, John Matuszak had begun to explore opportunities in acting. His towering frame, rugged looks, and charismatic personality made him a natural fit for the entertainment industry, and he quickly found work in Hollywood. His first significant role came in 1979 when he appeared in the film North Dallas 40, a comedy drama about professional football. Matuszak played a fictionalized version of himself, drawing on his experiences as an NFL player to bring authenticity to his performance. The film was a critical and commercial success, and Matuszak's performance was well received, earning him praise for his comedic timing and screen presence. Following the success of North Dallas 40, Matuszak continued to pursue acting, appearing in a variety of television shows and films throughout the early 1980s. He made guest appearances on popular TV shows such as The Dukes of Hazzard, Mass H, and The A-Team. Matuszak also appeared in several made-for-TV movies and had a recurring role on the short-lived series Cass Malloy. While Matuszak enjoyed moderate success in his early acting career, he was still primarily known for his football career and his off-field antics. However, that would change in 1985 when he landed the role that would define his acting career and cement his place in pop culture history. Sloth in The Goonies. The role of Sloth in The Goonies. The Goonies, directed by Richard Donner and produced by Steven Spielberg, was released in 1985 and quickly became a beloved classic, cherished by audiences for its adventurous spirit, humor, and memorable characters. The film tells the story of a group of kids from the Goondocks neighborhood in Astoria, Oregon, who embark on a thrilling adventure to find a long-lost pirate treasure, hoping the gold will help save their homes from foreclosure. Along their journey, they encounter a group of criminals known as the Fratellis, and their disfigured yet kind-hearted brother, Sloth, portrayed by John Matuszak. The role of Sloth was unlike anything Matuszak had done before, challenging him to step far outside the realm of his previous roles and public persona. Sloth is a complex character who combines elements of both horror and heart. His physical appearance required extensive makeup and prosthetics, including a misshapen skull, a drooping eye, exaggerated facial features, and a pronounced hunchback. This elaborate transformation process was not only time-consuming, but also physically taxing, often taking several hours each day to apply. Despite the discomfort and challenges of wearing the heavy prosthetics, Matuszak embraced the role with enthusiasm and dedication, demonstrating his commitment to the craft of acting. The transformation into Sloth was a meticulous process, handled by a skilled team of makeup artists and special effects technicians, who worked tirelessly to ensure that every detail of Sloth's appearance was both believable and memorable. The prosthetics were designed to fit over Matuszak's head and face like a mask, with the actor's own eyes visible through the makeup to give Sloth an eerie yet human quality. The mask was designed to move with Matuszak's facial expressions, allowing him to convey a range of emotions despite the heavy makeup. Matuszak worked closely with the makeup team to master the movements required to make Sloth's expressions appear natural, a testament to his patience and willingness to endure discomfort for the sake of the character. Sloth's character was a significant departure from Matuszak's previous roles, as well as from his real-life persona as a tough, macho former NFL player. In The Goonies, Sloth is introduced as a menacing figure, kept chained in a dark basement by his cruel and overbearing mother, Mama Fratelli. However, as the story unfolds, Sloth's true nature is revealed. He is a misunderstood and gentle giant, capable of great kindness and loyalty. The character of Sloth subverts the typical monster trope, showing that outward appearances can be deceiving and that compassion and empathy often lie beneath the surface. This depth made Sloth more than just a comedic or grotesque figure. He became a symbol of the film's overarching themes of friendship, acceptance, and the importance of seeing beyond appearances. One of the most heartwarming aspects of Sloth's character arc is his friendship with Chunk, played by Jeff Cohen. Chunk, initially terrified of Sloth, quickly realizes that Sloth is not a threat, but rather a friend in need of compassion and understanding. The bond that forms between them becomes one of the emotional highlights of the film, symbolizing the power of kindness and acceptance. Their friendship is cemented in a series of memorable scenes, including the iconic moment when Sloth tears off his shirt to reveal a Superman t-shirt underneath, and their shared love of Baby Ruth candy bars. These moments are infused with humor and warmth, showcasing Matuszak's ability to convey a wide range of emotions, from fear and sadness to joy and camaraderie. Matuszak's performance as Sloth was a revelation to both audiences and critics, as he brought a depth and humanity to the character that resonated deeply with viewers. Despite being hidden under layers of makeup, Matuszak was able to convey Sloth's kindness, vulnerability, and desire for love and acceptance through his expressive eyes and body language. His portrayal of Sloth was both funny and touching, blending physical comedy with genuine emotion in a way that made the character one of the most beloved in the film. Matuszak's ability to navigate this complex blend of comedy and pathos showcased his range as an actor, proving that he was capable of far more than the tough guy roles he had previously been known for. The Goonies was a box office success upon its release, grossing over $60 million domestically and quickly becoming a cultural phenomenon. The film's popularity has endured over the years, and it remains a favorite among fans of all ages, beloved for its sense of adventure, humor, and heart. The ensemble cast, featuring young actors like Sean Astin, Corey Feldman, and Josh Brolin, brought a sense of authenticity and energy to the film. But it was Matuszak's portrayal of Sloth that became one of the standout elements, adding a layer of emotional depth and unexpected warmth to the story. For many, Matuszak's portrayal of Sloth is the defining role of his acting career. It showcased his ability to fully immerse himself in a character, bringing humor, heart, and a sense of vulnerability that audiences might not have expected from a former professional football player known for his toughness and on-field aggression. Matuszak's commitment to the role and his willingness to embrace its challenges helped make Sloth a beloved character whose popularity has only grown with time. Today, Sloth remains an iconic figure in 1980s pop culture, symbolizing the idea that true beauty and strength come from within. The character's memorable lines, such as, "Hey, you guys," and his joyous reaction to friendship and freedom, have become part of the cultural lexicon, continuing to resonate with new generations of fans. Matuszak's performance in The Goonies not only defined his acting career but also cemented his legacy as a performer who could transcend his background and connect with audiences in a deeply meaningful way. Life after The Goonies and continued acting career. Following the success of The Goonies, John Matuszak continued to work in Hollywood, although he never again achieved the same level of recognition as he did with the role of Sloth. He appeared in a variety of television shows, including guest spots on Miami Vice, Silver Spoons, and First and 10, a comedy series about professional football. Matuszak also appeared in a number of low-budget films, often playing roles that capitalized on his imposing physique and his background as a former NFL player. Despite his continued work in Hollywood, Matuszak struggled to find roles that matched the impact of Sloth. The physical demands of his earlier career in football, combined with his hard-living lifestyle, had taken a toll on his health. Matuszak had battled substance abuse issues throughout his life, including an addiction to painkillers, which he had developed during his football career to manage injuries. These struggles were exacerbated by the pressures of Hollywood and his desire to succeed in a new career. John Matuszak's life was marked by a series of personal struggles, many of which were directly related to his time as a professional football player. His years in the NFL had left him with numerous injuries, including chronic pain from back problems, knee issues, and multiple concussions. To cope with the pain, Matuszak turned to prescription painkillers, which eventually led to addiction. In addition to his issues with painkillers, Matuszak had a long history of alcohol and drug abuse. His hard-partying lifestyle was well documented, and he was often seen as a symbol of the excesses of the 1970s and 1980s. Despite his affable and charismatic personality, Matuszak's substance abuse took a heavy toll on his personal and professional life. He struggled with relationships and had difficulty maintaining steady work in Hollywood due to his reputation for being unreliable. Matuszak was also known for his temper, which sometimes got him into trouble both on and off the field. His aggressive personality, which had served him well as a football player, did not always translate well to his acting career, where collaboration and professionalism were crucial. Despite these challenges, Matuszak was determined to turn his life around. In the late 1980s, he made several attempts to get sober and sought help for his addiction issues. He began attending Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and sought treatment for his painkiller addiction. He also became an advocate for sobriety, often speaking candidly about his struggles in interviews and public appearances. Matuszak hoped that by sharing his experiences, he could help others who were dealing with similar issues. The tragic death of John Matuszak. On June 17, 1989, John Matuszak was found dead in his home in Burbank, California. He was just 38 years old. The sudden and tragic news sent shockwaves through both the sports and entertainment communities. The official cause of death was listed as an accidental overdose of dextropropoxyphene, a prescription painkiller. This overdose was compounded by the effects of an enlarged heart, a condition that was likely exacerbated by his years of drug and alcohol abuse. Matuszak's death was a tragic end to a life that had been marked by both triumph and turmoil. He had achieved great success as a professional football player and had made a memorable impact in Hollywood, particularly with his role as Sloth in The Goonies. However, his struggles with addiction and his hard-living lifestyle ultimately caught up with him, cutting short a life that had so much more potential. Friends, family, and fans were deeply shocked by Matuszak's untimely death, especially many who were unaware of the extent of his health problems. To those who knew him well, however, his death was a grim reminder of the darker side of professional sports and the entertainment industry, a world where the pressures of fame, physical pain from injuries, and the temptation of drugs and alcohol often led to tragic outcomes. Throughout his life, Matuszak had battled these demons with a mixture of bravado and vulnerability, often masking his pain with humor and his larger-than-life personality. John Matuszak's life had always been marked by a high-octane existence. From his days as a dominant force on the football field with the Oakland Raiders, where he helped lead the team to 2 Super Bowl victories, to his Hollywood career where he became a cult icon through his unforgettable portrayal of Sloth, he lived at full throttle. But behind the scenes, Matuszak was fighting a battle that few knew about. Years of playing in the NFL had left him with chronic pain, which led to an increasing reliance on prescription medication. As is often the case with athletes who push their bodies to the limit, the line between legitimate pain management and addiction became blurred. Matuszak had struggled with substance abuse issues for much of his life. His hard-partying ways were well known, and he was often seen as a symbol of the excesses of the 1970s and 1980s. His lifestyle was the subject of many tabloid stories, but these stories often ignored the reality of his situation. He was a man in pain, both physically and emotionally, who used substances to cope. His struggles were further complicated by the physical toll that years of playing professional football had taken on his body. He suffered from multiple injuries, including back problems, knee injuries, and concussions, all of which required medical treatment and pain management. Despite his larger-than-life persona, Matuszak's life was marked by a profound loneliness. Friends and colleagues would later recall that behind his jovial exterior, there was a man who was deeply troubled, struggling to find his place in a world that often seemed to reward his reckless behavior while ignoring his pain. He had tried to get his life back on track in the years leading up to his death. He sought treatment for his addiction issues and spoke openly about his struggles with substance abuse, hoping to use his experiences to help others facing similar battles. He attended Alcoholics Anonymous meetings and was reportedly committed to staying sober, but the challenges of breaking free from addiction proved to be overwhelming. The circumstances surrounding Matuszak's death highlighted the dangers faced by athletes who retire from the physically demanding world of professional sports. For many, the transition to life after sports is difficult, marked by a loss of identity and purpose. Matuszak, like many of his peers, found the shift from the adrenaline-filled world of football to the uncertainty of post-career life challenging. The pressures to succeed in a new field, combined with the lingering effects of his injuries, made it difficult for him to maintain his sobriety and health. The loss of John Matuszak was a reminder of the often unseen and unspoken battles faced by those in the limelight. His death underscored the need for better support systems for former athletes, particularly those struggling with addiction and mental health issues. In the aftermath of his passing, there was a renewed conversation about the need for greater awareness and support for those dealing with the pressures and demands of both professional sports and Hollywood. Despite his untimely death, John Matuszak's legacy has endured, both in the world of sports and in popular culture. As a football player, he is remembered as a fierce competitor who played a key role in the success of the Oakland Raiders during the 1970s. His contributions to the team, particularly in their Super Bowl victories, have solidified his place in Raiders history, and he remains a beloved figure among Raiders fans. In the entertainment world, Matuszak is best remembered for his role as Sloth in The Goonies. The character of Sloth has become an iconic figure in 1980s pop culture, and Matuszak's performance has been praised for its humor, heart, and humanity. Even though Matuszak's acting career was relatively short, his portrayal of Sloth has left a lasting impact and continues to be celebrated by fans of the film. In the years since his death, Matuszak's life has been the subject of numerous retrospectives and documentaries. His story is often cited as an example of the challenges faced by professional athletes who transition to life after sports, particularly those who struggle with addiction and health issues. Matuszak's openness about his struggles has also been seen as a positive example of someone who was willing to confront their demons and seek help, even if the outcome was ultimately tragic. Matuszak's legacy is also reflected in the numerous tributes and remembrances from his friends, teammates, and colleagues. Many of those who knew him have spoken about his generosity, his larger-than-life personality, and his unwavering commitment to his friends and family. Despite his flaws, Matuszak was a beloved figure who left a positive impact on those who knew him. In the years following his death, John Matuszak has continued to be a figure of interest and admiration. His story has been retold in various forms, from sports documentaries to retrospectives on The Goonies. His legacy has been celebrated at numerous events, including Oakland Raiders reunions and The Goonies anniversary celebrations. In 2008, Matuszak was posthumously inducted into the University of Tampa Athletic Hall of Fame, recognizing his contributions to the school's football program and his achievements in the NFL. Matuszak's life has also been the subject of academic studies and discussions about the impact of professional sports on athletes' health and well-being. His struggles with addiction, pain management, and post-career transitions have been used as case studies in sports medicine and psychology programs. Matuszak's experiences highlight the challenges that many athletes face when their playing days are over, particularly those who suffer from chronic pain and injuries. In popular culture, Matuszak's portrayal of Sloth continues to be celebrated. The character has become a beloved icon for fans of the Goonies, and Matuszak's performance is often cited as one of the film's highlights. Sloth's catchphrase, "Hey you guys," has become a part of the cultural lexicon, and the character is frequently referenced in various forms of media. Matuszak's performance as Sloth has also been praised for its emotional depth and its ability to connect with audiences, showcasing his talent as an actor. The life of John Matuszak is a story of contrasts. On the one hand, he was a gifted athlete who achieved great success in the NFL, earning 2 Super Bowl rings and leaving a lasting impact on the sport. On the other hand, his life was marked by personal struggles, including addiction and health issues, which ultimately led to his untimely death. Matuszak's story is also a reflection of the broader issues faced by many professional athletes. His struggles with addiction and pain management are not unique, and his story has served as a cautionary tale for those in the sports world. His experiences highlight the need for better support systems for athletes, both during and after their careers, to help them cope with the physical and emotional challenges they face. Despite the challenges he faced, Matuszak's life was also filled with moments of joy, success, and friendship. He was a beloved figure among his teammates, friends, and fans, and his impact on both the sports and entertainment worlds is undeniable. His portrayal of Sloth in The Goonies has left a lasting legacy, and his contributions to the Oakland Raiders' success have solidified his place in NFL history. John Matuszak's life was a complex and multifaceted one, filled with both triumphs and tragedies. His story is a reminder of the challenges and pressures faced by those in the spotlight, as well as the enduring power of resilience and determination. While his life was cut short, his legacy continues to live on, both in the memories of those who knew him and in the hearts of fans who continue to celebrate his contributions to sports and entertainment. John Matuszak's journey from the football fields of the NFL to the silver screen is a testament to his versatility, talent, and larger-than-life personality. As an athlete, he achieved great heights, becoming a key player for the Oakland Raiders and winning 2 Super Bowls. As an actor, he made an indelible mark with his performance as Sloth in The Goonies, a role that continues to be celebrated by fans of all ages. While Matuszak's life was marked by challenges and struggles, particularly with addiction and health issues, his story is also one of perseverance and determination. His willingness to confront his demons and seek help, even in the face of adversity, is a testament to his character and resilience. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe.